Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shivani and I'm a licensed immigration consultant based in Waterloo, Ontario, and I'm also the founder of Zeste Immigration Services Incorporation. Today in this video, we'll be talking about a pathway to get Canadian PR that does not include any express entry, PNP, or pilot programs. So as you might have read on the thumbnail, yes, this is Startup Visa program. So let's get the video started. Canada's Startup Visa program targets immigrant entrepreneurs with skills and potential to build businesses in Canada that are innovative, can create jobs for Canadians, and can compete at a global scale. So let's look at how the program works step by step, the eligibility criteria, other requirements, and so on. So let's get started. So Canada's Startup Visa program, also known as SUV, allows foreign entrepreneurs to obtain permanent residency in Canada through business immigration. Owners of innovative startups or established foreign companies may be able to use this program to permanently relocate to Canada along with other founding partners, which could be up to 5 partners, provided that they all meet other program criteria and requirements. If you are a foreign entrepreneur who's considering to apply for Startup Visa program, then yes, this is the best video for you. You should watch it till the end. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do it right now, because I post videos on Canada, immigration, employment, and many other things related to Canada. So I hope you would really enjoy this video. I really hope you'll enjoy my other videos as well if you go back and watch at some point. Then yeah, please do subscribe. Also hit the bell icon so that you'll get notified every single time I post a new video. Let's move on to learning about the eligibility criteria. So Startup Visa, of course, here's the list set by Canadian immigration authorities for entrepreneurs who wish to apply for permanent residence in Canada under the SUV program. The first requirement or criteria is that foreign nationals must get a letter of support or investment commitment from one of the designated organizations in Canada. I'll just put the list over here on the screen so that you'll be able to see which are designated organizations in Canada. All right, next is each foreign national must own at least 10% of shares in the startup. Foreign nationals and their designated organization must jointly have more than 50% of the total shares, voting rights in the startup venture. The next requirement is that each applicant must meet the minimum English or French language skill criteria, which is at least CLB level 5. And each applicant must have sufficient funds to settle in Canada. Sufficient funds, you will be able to see the screen over here. So depending on the number of family members, you're required to demonstrate settlement funds to the Canadian government. In addition to all of this, to be successful in this program, entrepreneurs should be prepared to also meet these criteria. The first is ownership of an innovative or successful business that is generating scalable and sustainable revenue or has strong market validation. Access to capital fund your startup venture, usually around $200,000 at a minimum per applicant. Have highly specialized knowledge or unique experience in your field, or have solid managerial experience, and have an upper intermediate level of English or French language skills, which is also a requirement. So I'm not really sure whether you guys watch a show called Shark Tank. It's now available in India as well. Shark Tank India, there's another Shark Tank. It was actually picked from Shark Tank US. So I'm not really sure if you guys know about the show or watch that show or not. But if you do, then this is exactly like Shark Tank. You actually pitch in front of the investors, angel investors, and business incubators and all that. So you deliver the pitch, you deliver your innovative idea, and if they invest in your business, there's actually requirements as well, like the amount of money that they have to invest in your business. So if they like your pitch, if they like your business idea, they make an investment, and that's how you become eligible. And again, the designated organization list, as you already saw, you're gonna have to pitch your idea, your business idea, to one of those organizations and get the investment from them. So it's very cool. It's very, if you watch Shark Tank, if you're a fan, like I am a huge fan of Shark Tank. So I think this program should interest you a lot because it's pretty similar to that. Okay, moving on. Now, this program may not be ideal for every single person. So that's the reason why we're going to find out if it's ideal for you or not. So who should not apply for Canada Startup Visa? The Startup Visa program is not the right program for foreign entrepreneurs who have limited capital to invest in their startup venture in Canada. One of the key requirements for the Startup Visa program is to obtain a letter of support or investment commitment from one of the designated organizations in Canada. The chances of getting support from designated organizations are close to zero if you or your company do not have sufficient capital to invest in your venture. Although the SUV program is advertised as no minimum investment is required, in reality, your venture should be well capitalized in order to receive support from the designated organizations. It is naive to believe that if you have a great idea, then venture capitals, means VCs or angel investors in Canada, will invest in your venture and provide you with the seed capital. This is usually not the case. VCs and angel investors always look for great companies with a history of traction and generating millions in revenue before they invest in any funds. Thus, if you are an entrepreneur with a great product or service and limited capital to grow your venture, which is less than $200,000, the Startup Visa program might not be the right pathway for you. Don't be discouraged, but there are many other alternative pathways for you if this is your case. There are various business immigration programs in Canada that entrepreneurs can use to relocate to Canada in addition to the Startup Visa program. Specifically, I actually made a reel on this as well. Like C11 entrepreneur work permit, then intra-company transfer, self-employed category, LMIA pathway, which used to be known as, or like I should say formerly known as owner-operator LMIA. So now let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of Startup Visa. It would be best to consider the benefits and drawbacks of this program before taking any further steps. It's crucial to fully understand that what the program offers and whether the program is actually right for you or not. Now, advantages of the program. So here are some of the advantages. A direct pathway to permanent residence in Canada. This is open to all nationalities, so it's not just restricted or specific to certain nationalities. No limitations on business activities in Canada. There's no specific net worth requirement, which is actually a requirement under the many PNP business investor related programs. So that's not the case with this, and no minimum net worth requirement or verification. This allows this allows for partnership of 5 individuals in the same startup, minimum of 10% ownership, as we previously saw, for each partner is required. An opportunity to relocate to Canada by obtaining a work permit while permanent residence application is in process. Also allow you to apply for the work permit in Canada while your permanent residency application is in process in this program. Now let's quickly look at the disadvantages of this program. So here are some of them. High competition to obtain support from designated organizations in Canada. Thus, it can be challenging to get such support. Lengthy processing time, which could be 3 years, up to 3 years, or plus 3 years to obtain permanent residence, of course. You can always see the latest processing times. It can differ at any time, so you can always see it on the government website. And then the next disadvantage is high capital investments by the founding partners. Are often required to secure support from the designated organization. So like I say, that if they do not see that you have sufficient funds to support, if you don't have enough capital to support your business, they wouldn't even invest in your business. You might have seen such things happening in Shark Tank. Then another is moderate risk of refusal at permanent residence stage or delays due to peer reviews. Now let's learn about the process on how to get letter of support for Canada's Startup Visa program. So getting a letter of support from a Canadian designated organization is quite difficult because your startup needs to show that it has strong market validation or recurring scalable revenue. If you have an innovative idea, relevant skills and capital to execute it, you may want to work with specialized business consultants to develop, test and validate idea first before you seek an endorsement from a designated organization. To obtain a letter from a designated organization, you can follow these key steps. The first is prepare your pitch deck, business concept, or a business plan. Submit your application to a designated organization for a review and evaluation. Number 3 is you undergo an interview process with the designated organization. Number 4 is that you sign an agreement with the designated organization. Number 5 is that you pay the fees for the designated organization. Next is that you obtain a letter of support from the designated organization or organizations. And then the last step, which is to submit your application for permanent residence and work permit. Now let's look at the success rate of this program. So if your SUE application is in the right hands, all the documents required are satisfied, and all the necessary documentation is provided, you will be allowed to grow your business in Canada. IRCC states that the SUE program has a general success rate of about 75%. So the rate of approval varies depending on the type of designated organization. 78% rate is there for startups that are supported by business incubators. 80% rate is there for startups that are supported by angel investor networks, and 43% rate is there for startups that are supported by venture capital funds. This is just an average. Okay. Now let's look at delay and rejection reasons for your startup visa application. Sometimes the immigration officer may initiate a peer review if the officer doubts the genuineness and feasibility of the enterprise. The peer review panel will verify if the designated entity has conducted the proper checks and investigations according to the industry standards. Here are some of the red flags that may result in peer review or eventually a refusal of your application in the SUV program. The first is the investing entity has a disappropriately high or low percentage of shares, or has little or no role in legal control of business. The applicant has a little to no control or or equity in the business. Most of the applicants are all related to each other and lack of experience education. There's no intellectual property brought to the project, and the business plan appears to be very cookie cutter. The designated organization has charged usually high fees. A management team has limited to no startup experience. The applicants fail to provide evidence confirming their essential role in the company, and the applicant fails to make significant progress on startup during the period when the applicant was lawfully authorized to work in Canada. In general, make sure that your due diligence process is well documented and that there is a significant evidence available to demonstrate the genuineness and viability of the undertaking or of your undertaking. Most importantly, make sure that you follow all of the requirements of the program to ensure the success of your application. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon right there so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. If you wish to talk about your immigration case, or if you wish to discuss your immigration options, then feel free to contact us at www.zeste.ca, or simply go to the description box of this video, click the link there. You'll find the link to book an appointment with me or to book a case assessment with me. So go ahead, click a link, book a consultation or book a case assessment, and get in touch with us, and I'll be more than happy to assist you for your future in Canada. All the very best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.